Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven
Teaching American history.
ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling.
What is Black History Month? In 1926, Harvard-educated historian Carter G. Woodson started Negro History Week so that everyone could learn about and celebrate the achievements of Black people in America. Today's youth and their significance of Black history. What is Black History Month to you?
Do you like Black History Month and you know what it's all about?
Yeah, I like it. I think it's like important because you need to know about your history and what your ancestors went through and because it affects you today.
Why is Black History Month important?
To support what we went through.
Are you proud of the advances and things that Black Americans have done throughout history in this country, and tell me why?
Yeah, because I feel like it's important that we just don't be quiet and we show them what we can do.
So we're heading into Black History Month. What do you feel about it? More importantly, what do you know about it?
So what I know about Black History Month is that it's really just a time to acknowledge all of the accomplishments that African Americans have made. And I find Black History Month really inspiring and just everything that African American leaders have really done for our community, especially because they didn't have all of the opportunities that we have now. Things aren't necessarily easier, but they're definitely not as hard as some of our different ancestors had it back then. And so I just feel inspired when I think of all they were able to accomplish then. It's well, what excuse do I have now to not be great?
Right.
Richard Spikes, automatic gear shift for automobiles. Alexander Miles, improved method of opening and closing elevator doors.
For us, we don't particularly do anything like any kind of celebratory things for the month of Black History, but we talk about Black history almost daily.
Did it differently in school. We did kind of just celebrate the well-known people like Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks and that kind of thing. But and Amir has kind of he always he's been sharing a lot of stuff he learned with me, and so I mean my mind has been opened a lot. Since I've been out of school, I've learned a whole lot more about Black history than the just what's on the surface, what's taught in schools.
Maggie Lena Walker, first female bank president. Maggie Lena Walker, born July 15, 1864, died December 15, 1934. She was the first woman and Black woman in the United States to charter a bank. Here's one of her quotes. "Let us have a bank that will take nickels and turn them into dollars." Maggie L. Walker stated this in 1901 in an address to the members of the Independence Order of St. Luke at the 34th annual session of the Right Worthy Grand Council of Virginia.
Are you proud of your identity and who you are?
Yes, because it just makes me proud to know that our ancestors, they didn't just sit back and let themselves stay enslaved, and how in the 50s and 60s, the civil rights movement, how they had to fight to get if they didn't do all that now, we wouldn't be able to maybe walk in the same place as white people and say whatever we wanted to say and stuff.
Are you proud of your heritage?
I'm very proud.
Yeah. Tell me why.
Cause it's just nice to know that like you had people before you that you always gonna feel proud of. Like if you say their name, like you mentioned Harriet Tubman or just any other big people and the big leaders in the African American community, you're gonna feel proud to say their name. Like you're gonna be happy you hear that or anything.
You don't have to hide from it.
No.
Where do you go to school?
Palm Harbor University High School.
Now, what's your nationality? What's your background?
I'm black and white.
Black and white. Ebony and ivory.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Have you ever experienced racism of any sort?
I've experienced just, I guess people not wanting to acknowledge that I'm also black.
Right.
And people wanting me to push down that part so that...
Why do you think they want, why would they want to push that down if that's part of you?
I think they would want me to push that part down so that they can continue to be racist or that they can, so they don't feel uncomfortable and they don't have to like change their actions or...
Does it make you feel uncomfortable?
Yes, it does.
How do you deal with that?
I don't push it down, and I make it known that I won't push it down. And if I know that they're not going to treat me equally because I am black, I'll just take myself out of the situation, and I'll make it known that they are like that, so that nobody else has to go through that.
All right, thank you. How old are you?
I'm 15. I just turned 15.
Just turned 15. Racism in, what type of school do you go to?
I go to a diverse school. I go to Dunedin.
Okay.
High. It's majority black school.
Right.
There's a lot of black students, but like it is diverse. Like there's Hispanics, whites, Asians,
That's a
all
good
that.
mix.
Yeah. I didn't really I didn't experience it in also elementary because that was a majority white school too, but it got worse in middle school. And that's when I opened my eyes, and the school really didn't do anything about it. I would complain about it, nothing would happen. The white kids thought it was okay for them to go around, say the N-word, say stuff like that.
The N-word in elementary or middle school?
Middle school.
And they said it?
Yes.
And nobody did anything about
They
it?
didn't do anything about it. They didn't really care. It was like, they really showed their privilege because they knew that they had more power than the rest of us.
Right.
And the school didn't care because they just didn't care.
I feel like racism is one of those things that it's really hard to get it to go away completely, but I feel like we are making steps to definitely make that wall a little bit lower. And I feel like every time that wall comes down, it's a little bit easier for us to get where we need to go. And we've had people that don't even care about the wall. The wall's not even there for them. They just hopped right on over it and did what they needed to do.
One of the major reasons why we moved to this neighborhood is because of its racial mixture. It's very diverse. We have white neighbors across the street, black neighbors next door. It's another interracial couple across the street from us. It's just something that it's how things are supposed to be. I think it's the way America should be.
When the teaching of Black history is neglected, the learning of American history is in its totality denied.
There's been times where you walk into a store or you walk into an area and you notice you're the only person of color in that room, and it doesn't have to be something anyone says or anything that's put out into the atmosphere, but you just feel that you're not welcome there. And there are those times where you just decide you're not going to shop in that store anymore. You're going to leave that area and take yourself out of that space.
Does that hurt you?
It does, yes. Of course, I would want to be able to continue and go any place that I please, but if it's making myself feel uncomfortable and it's making me put myself in a bad place, then I'd like to just remove myself from the space and go somewhere where I feel more comfortable.
Black history is American history, not once a month, but every day. Black history, each one, teach one.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun, let us march on till victory.
What month is it?
Black History Month.